morning. Happy Motivation Monday. Just as a reminder, your phone will be on mute for the presentation. If you have any questions, please feel free to raise your hand in the chat. I will try and address them at the end. My name is Tammy Stencil. I am the Field Development Manager with AHCP. I'm stepping in today for Dan. Unfortunately, he is currently unavailable. To start our Monday off with an inspirational quote from Nelson Boswell, here is a simple but powerful rule. Always give people more than they expect. So, happy Motivation Monday. Every Monday we do a Motivation Monday for a quick 15 to 30 minutes for us to kickstart that week with you. We do a brief review of last week's tips of the week, and then we'll cover on with new tips of the week. We'll review the previous week's sales trends, then cover tips and ideas of sales techniques. This week's techniques will be going back to the basics. So tip of the week last week was a reminder about your FFM certification. AHCP can hold the documents on file for your records. However, you are responsible for submitting your FFM certificate to the carrier and completing all necessary requirements to be able to sell for this coming open enrollment. It is recommended that you contact the carrier directly to clarify any requirements you may need to meet. If you have any questions, please feel free to call us, Agency Services, at 877-228-8773, and they can help guide you. And this week's tip of the week is AHCP has another great opportunity for you. We have a new Medicare supplement insurance with multiple plan options. AHCP has partnered with Renaissance Life and Health and is now only one of a few NMOs who can offer you access to their entire suite of products. Most people know Renaissance for their dental plans. And with the Renaissance features, you have multiple plan options, 5 plan options with price points to meet the needs of your current clients. Bundled sales combine a Medicare supplement with senior dental or vision coverage for one, a seamless sale. And then commissions. They're very competitive commissions to help you build your recurring revenue. And it also offers a 12-month advance option. I just want to do a reminder that your AHIP certification is required for that. For this week's sales trends of the week, we had a slight decrease by 2 policies with Major Medical. The top carrier policy was sold with Humana. Short-term is holding steady in sales. Top carrier is still NHIC. And then we have accident plans. Your accident plans have slightly increased. Your top carrier for the policies being sold was VBA General Agent Center. And there were steady sales in critical illness. Top carrier for policy sold was the NHIC TrioMed, the critical illness in there, which tells me that you guys are making sure to definitely couple the NHIC TrioMed critical illness accident medical expense on with that short-term policy. So great job, guys, on getting those upsells. And I like to do a kudos of the week with our sales agents. This week, I'll give a shout out to Brian Jarovitz with his NHIC sales and Victor Kravchinsky with his NHIC sales. Both were top producers this last week with ancillary and short-term sales. And for Major Medical sales, we had Peter DeBala and James Schuler. They had sales with Anthem and Humana, so they were still able to find those special enrollment plans available for their current customers. This week's sales technique is back to the basics. Between Dan and I over the last couple months, we've covered many of the daily basic routines to help with your insurance sales. This is a review and a reminder that sometimes we all need to just go back to the basics. Whether you've been selling insurance for 25 years or 1 year, it's important to remember the fundamentals. Today, we're reviewing the importance of going back to the basics. People buy insurance for a variety of reasons, personal, commercial, auto, special events, life, home, the list goes on. Selling insurance can be lucrative, loud, slightly stressful, but ultimately rewarding. It can be an all-encompassing job. Sometimes agents are cold calling, sometimes they're searching for the best rates, sometimes they're analyzing policies for issues or better coverage features. This might be just the most important thing about selling insurance because it's when our clients are the most vulnerable. So the first step is have a daily action plan. Get up, get going, and get going to work. Sounds pretty basic, yet so many insurance agents end up failing because they don't develop a strong success pattern in the first few months. This is where your insurance agent training needs to start. You are now self-employed and you're your own boss. Sometimes that's good, sometimes that's bad. You don't have to punch that clock anymore. This is where self-discipline becomes the most evident. So you either end up with a strong work ethic or a bad work ethic. Organize your thoughts by listing them on the pad each and every day, a to-do list of sort. Successful agents review their to-do list first thing every day. It helps prepare your mindset and is vital that you take about 15 minutes to update it and make a new one every evening for your next day's activities. Determine your activities for the day. Specify activities can be delegated into blocks of time. And do your record keeping. Part of the insurance agent training must include accurate record keeping. You should have a record keeping book. Some agents keep a running Excel spreadsheet or a computer program for you to track the number of calls you make, number of interviews, or dollar value, etc. At AHCP, we recommend Agent Cubed. If you don't know who your best clients are, what each phone call is worth, or each referred lead card is worth, you will not be able to develop any sort of marketing plan for yourself. You are destined to fail. Generate leads. Decide on where you are going to generate leads. You need to constantly replace inventory. If you call 15 people a day, you obviously need to generate 15 new prospects a day. How do you do that? Get out in your community if needed. And send out appointment reminders or email reminders. Make them up in advance and write the date on to send out on the upper right-hand stamped corner if you're sending out a reminder card, or create a reminder email on a calendar. Do a calendar invite. They should be sent out about 3 days before the appointment. Do not send them all out at the beginning of the week. Phone calling times. Earmark specific time blocks during the day and evening to call appointments. Don't get in the trap of only calling during the evening. Ever walk around the mall during the day and see all the people? My point is here that there are a lot of people to call during the day. Study time. Quality insurance agent training is knowledge, and knowledge is power. Be careful. Don't try and impress people with the loads of technical stuff. And end of the day, and finally, review your pad and update your to-do list for the next day. Never end the day walking away without updating it. This helps you paint a picture of your next day's activity. Trust me, you'll have a big impact on your next day's mindset. It does not have to be detailed specific, just a quick snapshot or reminder. This subject seems to be overlooked the most in insurance agents training with their formats, and I'm not sure why. Relationship building. It's proven to help people with your sales retention and your building your referrals. You'll have to always believe that building rapport and becoming a friend or a helper is one of the most valuable people skills you can learn. Just being you and being honest and upfront build trust. I consider a relation building and selling yourself to be the most important all-around aspect of selling and developing your client retention. And use active listening skills. Some of the ways to build rapport with anyone you meet in life are showing sincere interest, listening and responding, providing assurance, and being open and honest. Need new prospects? Look everywhere. Prospects are everywhere. It's an all-time 24/7 situation. Networking in your community and leveraging existing relationships is vital to your success. Take the time to find a civic or community effort you believe in, join, and volunteer. When you are committed to a common goal, your network will expand and prospects will naturally come your way. And understanding. Understanding what the client's needs are. Client service it can make a difference. You can either be one of their insurance agents or you can be their insurance agent. There's a big difference. Sit down and just chit-chat with your client. Get to know each other. You're looking for a common bond to create a relationship with that prospect. A common bond would be like going fishing or golfing, making model railroads. Once that bond is established, you can make your transition into your questionnaire of fact-finding. Go through the fact-finding, figure out what they need, make one pitch and simplify it, bullet point the highlights. You cannot sell until you know the requirements of your customer. In order to understand that, you should first conduct a needs analysis for your customer. Gather as much information on their lifestyle, their current income and their expenses, their future aspirations, or current investments. Okay, so now we're at the actual sales presentation. Okay, you've gone through your client interview questionnaire. Now you will be showing the benefits and features to help the prospect take care of their wants and needs. Then the close. Sell them what they want. Make them the client. Personalize your sales presentation. You should have a presentation down cold, but you must leave enough room to personalize it for each individual customer. Hopefully by the time you reach the sales presentation, you already have a basic understanding of the client's needs and desires. You should make sure that you tailor your presentation around those. Also, leave enough wiggle room in your presentation to go off topic if the situation demands. Customers will have questions, they'll have concerns that you might not have covered during your presentation. Language is a powerful tool. Craft your presentation carefully for maximum impact. Use powerful selling words in your presentation to maximize impact. Those include words as like you, money, safe, results, love, free, proven, more, new, how to, and guarantee. Try and put those words in your sales presentation when you're delivering that sales information to your customer. Have you ever been to a restaurant and had an aged steak that was served on the lid of a trash can? Probably not. Your presentation is everything. So keep this in mind when you present what you have to offer to your prospect. Make sure it fits them. Review the highlights. Make sure they have a good understanding of the products that they are purchasing and how it will benefit them. Go back over anything. Ask them if they understand. Ask them if they agree. And then the second sale, which is where you're going to ask for a referral lead upon completion of the interview. Honestly, if you don't ask, they're not going to give it. Just say, hey, do you happen to have any friends or family members that you know that might be looking for insurance? If you do not ask, they're not going to provide you that referral. Always ask. The worst they can say is no. If you are inexperienced and makes you feel that you're inadequate as a salesperson, then find a way to go around it. Work harder, work longer, learn more about your products, have an answer for every possible question. Read books about sales, listen to sales audio tapes, go to seminars about sales. I know with AHCPsales.com, we have a archived library video that are all on demand about various carriers and products, as well as Motivation Mondays that have great sales tips and ideas in there. They're on demand. You can watch them whenever you feel. Nothing will come to you. You have to be prepared. Prepare yourself and go get it. I do like to keep the Motivation Mondays closer to 15 to 20 minutes. So if there are any questions or anything from today that you want me or maybe something to be covered next Monday with Dan, please do not be shy. Reach out, email the address below at training@ahcpsales.com. It does go to the training box. It is checked throughout the day. If you have any questions, I guarantee probably 15 other people will have the same question or similar. And that's going to bring us to the close. For closing today's weekly Motivation Monday is a quote, and that everything in life goes back to the basics. Going back to the basics strengthens your foundation. And that is very true, strengthening your foundation. Sometimes we all have to just go back to the beginning, review, and then get moving forward. I hope you all have a great sales week. If you have any questions or need any further assistance, please feel free to email training@ahcpsales.com. And I hope you have a great sales week. Thank you so much, and we'll talk to you soon.